just so people know, I told so Kebun did reach out to me. Kebun, who plays Mr. K. And I responded back as I told you guys I was going to respond back. So we'll cover this and then we're moving on from this today, okay? The clip was about me saying their only option was like to bait me into conversations, etc. So I want to be very clear here. Me and Kebun had actually a good conversation about this. And it did end, so I want to preface it with, it was a good and respectful conversation. Me and Kebun both respect each other's RP. I think it's fine. There's nothing like personal in it. I'm not like gonna show the GMs, but I'll tell you guys what was said, just so you can get a sense of like why there are different perspectives on this. So he had watched that clip of me and said, "Yo, what's up with this?" Right? Oh, this isn't a no closed door. This is an open door for you guys. So I'm opening the door. And I said, "Yeah." So here's my interpretation. I told him, "You had my character handcuffed for 2 hours. The baiting conversations part that I talked about was having someone come in, say a line, and F8 quitting. Like they were instructed to do that, which doesn't really make sense in RP. And the reality is when stuck for 2 hours, you know, especially when you like restrict someone else's like movement or RP, like they're cuffed, you want to make sure like they have something going on for them. Criminals who get handcuffed by cops all the time should probably know that, right? Like, hey, I was handcuffed for 2 hours. There wasn't much give and take going on when I was cuffed. Just people running in, saying some shit, and then leaving. The way I flipped it was I was like, I want you to imagine a situation where a criminal is cuffed for 2 hours. And it happens sometimes. But oftentimes a criminal is cuffed for 2 hours, might not get RP because the cops have to go do other things. But now imagine if a cop had you cuffed in interrogation, walks in, says some one-liner to you, and then just walks out. Or has you cuffed in interrogation for 2 hours, walks in, and then F8 quits right in front of you. You'd be pretty pissed by that. Kevin actually agreed with that. As I told you guys, my next thing that I told him was, I was like, hey, other than that aspect of it, I had a great time with you. I told my chat the same. I thought his roasts on Mr. K were spicy. Mr. K is always a good challenge for Mickey. We talked about that yesterday too. And I actually appreciate that he sent, you know, people from his chat to send love, because he actually did do that, and that was great. Kevin responded, said, hey man, I hear you. But, and by the way, I actually do think this is a good point from Kevin. I thought the mountain run was sick. This was a really good point from Kevin. He said, hey, I hear you, but you have been talking shit to a gang that you know are violent over and over again. They're clearly, you know, gonna want to do something about it. They don't want to hear it. They're gonna do something. They've gone after you multiple times because of it. You basically NVL the situations you were in and disregard the RP. Like, I understand not wanting to bow down to people, but at certain points it's too much. You give people no other choice but to treat you as you treat others. What I said was, I thought that was a good point. I said, I agree with the NVLing of situations, and I do actually want to change something on Mickey. I will make it so that Mickey's still nihilistic, unhinged, you know? But I'm not gonna like fully like go and trash talk a gang, because like there should be some fear for your life there. I even said though that's like, it's not the right people to sort of be playing that card on me though, because I think the nature of like NVLing situations, you NVL when you show no fear or terror being locked up in prison for 200 months. Like, bro, if I was about to be locked up in prison for 200 months, I would speak a lot differently in real life, right? Or if you're, you know, in a holdout against the police, right? Like, those are also situations that, you know, are equally as NVL as someone shit talking a gang. Is at least from my perspective. It's like, it's a form of soft NVL. What else? I even told him though, I said, hey, going forward, I'll keep to a more realistic fear of violence against my character. So I agreed with that point. I actually think Kevin did make a good point that's like, it's a little bit of a different situation when it's like an ambush versus like a role played like hostage scenario or something. And again, I get that, but it's like, I think if you're the one kidnapped and you're the one stuck for 2 hours, you are relying on the other people to like provide opportunities for dialogue or RP with you, right? Kevin, and we said, hey, we don't have to like, we basically said like, hey, there is like a bit of an agree to disagree between the two of us. By the way, this is all like very like none of us, we're not going at each other in our Twitter DMs. It's very like respectful back and forth. Even said at the same time, there's no point to play semantics. You have your opinion and I have mine. Hey, that's true. He said, I want to know. I have nothing against you and I do enjoy our RP moments together. I said, hey man, same back to you. It's true. Like you guys know when you have Mickey and K moments, they're actually really good. I think both CG fans and my fans have agreed that Mickey and K moments are really good. And then just to close this out from what I said to him, from what I said to him was, I don't like it when people are just getting shit. Like, this is the thing. You can complain about either way, Mick. Oh my God, there's all these Reddit. And it's true. Like, if you go on Reddit, like they get dragged unnecessarily. Meanwhile, if you go on YouTube, I get absolutely shit on by these like random YouTube clip channels, right? So the main like GTA Reddit goes and shits on Kebun and his boys. The YouTube clips channels, they go and shit on me. Granted, the majority of the shit on me has to do with me painting my nails. So I kind of have a little bit of a deflection there, which helps. I digress. Neither of us want any of that, right? Anyways. You said you enjoy, so stop lying. We all know you ended the convo by calling me a pussy ass bitch. 48-month sub. Masala, thanks for the 48 months